everybody? Sorry about that. Little technical difficulties. Um, I had to eat a Snickers, basically.
Yeah, Bill
Luckily,
needs
there was,
Snickers.
yeah,
Let's just,
luckily,
let's just. It's a good thing that Google isn't physically manifested in the same room as he is.
yes.
Ah, we broke the internet.
We broke the internet. I definitely needed to go grab a Snickers, and luckily they weren't all burned in where the hell was that? Saudi Arabia,
Gaza.
Gaza Strip. Um, So again, I apologize. We lost the audio, but we will take it from the video and merge it. Unfortunately, this will be two videos. So you guys were speaking about Mask and IDW, correct?
Yes, Mask IDW and Hasbro, and where we had left off was that I had mentioned to Alan that I thought this was kind of like the Adventure Team GI Joe, but actually Alan came up with a better analogy. Street Fighter GI Joe, like in the 90s, how the GI Joe line basically became Street Fighter figures
Ah,
and Mortal Kombat figures, and that I think is what they're going to do with Mask, Visionaries, Micronauts, maybe Rom. Actually, why not make Rom part of the Transformers universe? Duh. I
that's
just
that's a very interesting idea there. I
Well,
mean, it makes sense.
what Pedro was saying too, which I thought was ingenious, was that he was thinking that they may take like the 25th anniversary GI Joe toys and just remold those and redeco those for Mask.
Yeah, the vehicles from the last 10 years that they still have the molds for. I mean, I hope it's not. I hope it's not another Snowcat that's turned into a mass vehicle.
I'm
Oh my
sure it
god.
will be.
Oh my god. But they have a cool vehicle. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I mean, I would love the black Humvee from the Rise of Cobra toy line from 2009. Okay, because that's a perfect Stinger Jeep.
Yep.
I mean, it's already. They don't really have to do much. The back already rises up and has rockets.
Yep.
So it's perfect. I like, and I think one of the things we were talking about was scale. Alan, for me, when I was a kid, I didn't mix my toys because He-Man was just way too big for G.I. Joe, and I didn't mix G.I. Joe or He-Man with Transformers. I was okay that Transformers were completely out of whack and out of scale because at least with Transformers, it was all about the imagination. It's all about the cartoon. But with the toys, when you deal with He-Man, which were great toys, with great sculpting and great style and great scale, G.I. Joe, again, the best, you know, I love Transformers, but the best toy for me, best toy line ever was A-Ra, 80s G.I. Joe. Those I didn't mix them, but I think what they do now, I don't mind that. I wouldn't mind having Visionaries. I would love if they bring in Cops. Oh my God, I love the Cops line.
Cops would be awesome.
From the 87, 88 line.
Mm-hmm.
Cops fighting crime in a future time. Their 5-inch, 6-inch figures are incredible. Okay, and they're basically just they're bulked up GI Joe figures with the same articulation, but Hasbro released in the fall that they're going to have a shared universe with all of their properties. Okay, Transformers may or may not be part of it. Okay, so and now I hear that IDW is going to publish Mask. So that tells me that come SDCC, we should at least get a Mask exclusive, if not maybe a new Mask line using the GI Joe bucks that they're in molds that already exist.
That soon, you think?
Yeah, the comic book is already in the works. It's in the pipeline.
Yeah, I believe it too. Because if something's going to be happening in the fall, then San Diego is the perfect time to have an exclusive like that to launch you into it. Sort of what they did with He-Man when they first were reintroducing the He-Man line. They had King Grayskull as an exclusive. I could see them doing that.
How fast can they launch the comic?
Well, the comic's already been solicited. I mean, it's going to be coming out, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't even know it was that far into it. It's solicited already?
Well, actually, you know what? No, I take that back. I apologize. It's been announced as a series. I believe it's going to be solicited in the next previews probably then. So that would be for August, maybe?
Oh, wow.
I'll know for sure when I get previews this month, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, that'd be great to know because if they're going to solicit it for August, hey, that's a fall line.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really wondering now.
So you feel they'll have the toys ready within a few months of them launching or soliciting?
Well, well,
Maybe one for an exclusive.
well, let's put it this way: they might, if they start. Hasbro told us that it takes them, and look at the boss fight figures. It takes 2 years from concept to more brick and mortar stores. This may, if this is something that has been that they've been working on for the last couple of years, then I would say yes. Okay, they might want to wait until they actually have a movie and to bring toys out. It's
Hmm.
just that, to me, I think things happen for a reason. They wait until they make certain announcements. In the fall, they announce that all of these properties are alive and kicking, and are going to be in a shared movie universe. The year before, people were reporting that Hasbro was re-upping the patents on these names.
Right. That's right.
Okay, so there's follow if you follow it. Maybe this fall is too early. Maybe we have to wait for Toy Fair 2017, but it's around the corner.
Okay.
Within the next year, I think we should be seeing something of this. I'm hoping that at the JoeCon we get to see something.
That would be sweet. Like
That would be interesting.
and especially if they are going to be, let's say, using old Joe molds for this stuff, and Hasbro is going to be there, that would be very, very cool if, in fact, we do have some type of an announcement, or at the Collectors Club panel where they show new toys, if they just all of a sudden they start showing mass stuff, and then who knows?
I was thinking that maybe the Joe Club would morph into this new what I think is Hasbro's new direction, and instead of doing a joke set every year, they would jump from Micronauts to Visionaries to Mask, but reading their reading reading their good, the quote unquote goodbye, farewell, and thank you for all the years and memories. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah, it sounds too much. I don't think you can guarantee to get people. I wouldn't mind it.
no, me neither.
I wouldn't mind it. I would be totally for it because again, it's like Adventure Team or in the 70s for the 12-inch, or like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I think it'd be better than Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
I think it could be phenomenal if it was done right. We have to see we got to see what they actually put into it.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
But I guess so much for the 6-inch GI Joe Black series.
That would have been nice. I feel like that would be a good like Matty Collector type mail away to
Yeah, I mean, online store, online club type of thing. It
right.
just doesn't seem like up until now, Hasbro has not wanted to do that. Mattel's been doing it forever. Before the He-Man line, they were
Yeah,
doing it. They were doing it for Barbie and for Hot Wheels.
that's
Oh
right.
really?
Yeah, they've been doing it forever. I mean, I would say 10 years, if not more.
Wow.
Okay, they've been doing it for a long time. It seems to be a Mattel thing and not a Hasbro thing.
Yeah,
So they're right in their wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Hasbro seems to be way behind the eight ball there.
Hey, as long as they make all that money hand over fist with Star Wars, and Transformers does okay for them, somehow they're killing Mattel.
Yeah.
On the street, they're killing Mattel, so they're doing
yeah,
something right.
yeah.
I don't think it's the boy lines. I don't think it's the action figure lines that we collect, other than Star Wars. And Star Wars had a huge year with a good movie. It had the profits from Hasbro, and they have to share those because
Yes, they do.
I should forget about sharing. They have to pay Lucasfilm for those.
That's right.
Lucasfilm dash Disney for those.
That's right.
So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Alan, Hasbro's going to end up with all the Disney properties and then produce their toys at some point, right?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that takes place. I mean, I think that's why there were the rumors of Hasbro buying Mattel or vice versa, because I think that it's something that they are eventually going to want to do. Is they're going to want to have all their toys made under the same roof. Whether or not that really is influential in saying, "Oh, we're just going to buy you," is who knows. I haven't heard anything further about that, but
But
You
at
know,
least the Disney properties. I mean, whenever those, I imagine if their contracts are up, and they're not going to renew with Mattel, they're probably going to go to Hasbro.
yeah, that's a good point.
You know, I
Once the
think
contract is actually up, yes.
because I think I read somewhere that a princess line is going over to Hasbro. A princess doll line.
From Disney?
Yeah, I could and these
Princess as a whole, like all their princesses.
this maybe I know this particular line had princesses with big heads, kind of brats looking, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I mean that might be something different, but yeah.
But no, but it's Disney. But
Yeah,
it's
that I
Disney.
haven't heard about. I
You
have
haven't
not
heard
heard
about?
that.
Okay.
No,
Man,
but then again, I haven't been in their loop for a while, so
it might have been speculation. It might have been
yeah.
speculation because basically Disney princesses is Disney. And
Mhm.
Disney princesses is as Disney as Mickey Mouse is Disney.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're trying to make Marvel now Disney, but you know, and they will, I guess, at some point. But you know, Disney princess. I mean, the princesses are synonymous with the Disney brand.
Well,
Right.
segueing from princesses, let's go to kings in Game of Thrones.
I haven't watched the trailer. I don't want to see anything. I can't wait till it starts. I have to re-up my HBO because I was like, you know what? I'm not really watching it,
Yeah,
but I'm excited.
I can't wait, man. I mean, the Red Band trailer was just amazing.
What I can't believe is that we only get like 8 episodes.
Is that it? That's right. It is a.
Yeah, I mean they've had a few like seasons that had 9, but only 8 episodes. Now they do the shit out of those 8 episodes.
Definitely.
Okay, they I mean those are 8 separate movies.
Yeah.
Those are 8-hour long movies. Okay, it's insane what they put into those. But I just to have to wait until April. What the fudge? We should be We should be talking about it now.
Yeah, it's always every April. I mean, that's how Game of Thrones has always worked. It's always been every April.
I thought it was earlier last year, but I could be wrong.
No, it was always April.
Okay.
It just sucks waiting for it, with all these other shows starting. I gotta say, I think this season's gonna be the first season where they're not completely following the books because they're
Correct.
not around.
That's right. That's right, because I haven't finished the book yet.
There'll probably be some Book 5 bleed-in, but because Book 5 ended with the Jon Snow scenario, but
Yes.
there's probably some because they do it by chapters by character, so there's probably some character chapters that actually I know there are that are going to be in this season, especially with Arya.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did see a lot of those images of Arya, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did you read the books, Pedro?
No.
Oh, okay. Alan?
No.
I haven't. I was going to read the books, and the reason why I didn't was someone had told me that when they were produced, they are now available in these box sets. They're filled with hundreds of errors, proofreading errors and copying errors and all this other stuff that apparently it makes it so painful to read. So I decided, no, I'm not going to do it.
How about
That's awesome.
How about just popping in the audio CDs?
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, actually. The audiobooks.
Again, like with Walking Dead, after the series is done, I'll pick up the books.
I think I might do the same.
I've heard I know somebody that's a really big Game of Thrones fan from the books and complains incessantly about the series.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
I don't see any complaints. I take them for what they are. The TV show's not going to be the book.
I know, but not everybody.
Not
everybody's you. Not everybody gets that concept. It's not It's not going to be the same thing. It's about execution. It's about execution. If you're going to do something, execute it well. If you're going to change it, convince me.
Yeah.
Convince me why I'm going to like it in this instance.
Well, I don't know. On top of that, I just wanted to mention the DuckTales reboot, man. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I know you guys are a little bit. Pedro, you're only a few years older than me, but Alan, I know you're like 68.
Yep, exactly. But I remember DuckTales. I remember the whole Disney afternoon.
DuckTales was huge. I remember when it first came out, when they first aired it on the weekend before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
remember
was amazing.
coming home in high school and just hopping out.
Oh no, I stopped watching by then.
Well, I was in high school when it was basically airing every
Yeah,
afterward.
but you're younger.
Yeah.
Oh, it might have been the reruns. I watched it 87,
Nah.
88.
That early, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when it came out. 87 was the first year of the Disney afternoon.
I remember watching it forever.
You know why I
remember heavily watching it in the mid '90s after school.
Okay, I just had I remember now. It was the same season, or it might have been the same day. I remember watching, and I think it was a Channel 11 show, but I could be wrong. It could have been a Channel. DuckTales was 5 or 11, Alan.
11.
The G.I. Joe movie, and then DuckTales.
Yeah,
Or-
it was WPIX.
It was the G.I. Joe movie one weekend, and the next weekend the DuckTales. They played the miniseries back to back.
Yep.
Oh man, I just remember that. I remember watching those.
Yep.
I remember. Oh wow.
I like Tailspin. That was my thing.
Yeah.
I love the theme music. It was just perfect.
They did great with all them shows, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
stopped watching. By Tailspin, I stopped watching.
Darkwing Duck.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I missed that.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that was great, but by then I wasn't watching. In high school, I wasn't watching cartoons after school. I wouldn't, and I never made it home in time.
No,
I never made it home in time.
I'm thinking after I'm sorry. High school was more Animaniacs and shit. That's my bad.
Yeah.
It was earlier, a little earlier with DuckTales.
Yeah.
That was like Animaniacs, which was awesome, and
Yeah, it was the Tiny Toons.
Brain.
Tiny Toons. That's right. That's right.
It was Tiny Toons and then Animaniacs, which was just a brilliant show.
Yeah.
Brilliant show, man.
Yep.
And I never saw the one Freakazoid. Wasn't that the one after Animaniacs?
Oh, that's well after my time.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I think it's still Spielberg. It's definitely Warner Brothers, and it might be Spielberg, but that was like, yeah, we definitely weren't watching it. That must have been like 94, 95, 93. And I don't even know if it was on WPIX. It might have been Cartoon Network.
WB. So that was 11, right? Or 9?
Though that was 11.
Look,
that was right. WPIX became WB.
Yeah, Young Buck. When I grew up,
we
had Channel 5, which was WOR. What?
I know. Listen, I grew up with WPIX. That's the Yankees were on there and everything. My point is, at the time, it was WB because they had the Warner Brothers thing, and they used to play it off of the WB.
It became the WB,
right?
DuckTales. At least DuckTales started before WB.
Yeah, it was WPIX back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm old enough to know that shit. I mean, I'm not fucking 12. Listen, you know a lot more shit about toys and comics than me, for sure. However, I do know my TV.
I thought with that baby face, I couldn't tell.
Hey, listen, I'm ageless, motherfucker. What's his name? Donald Duck's gonna be in this a little more. They said, I believe. So
okay.
He have more of a role than he did in DuckTales itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? Disney knows how to do things well, and if it's not good, I'm not gonna watch it anyway. So.
There you go.
You know, unless it's, if they can make it the same, if they can give us that quality. I mean, I don't know. They could, because it's Disney. You never know.
Yeah.
You know.
So
well, fellas.
That's about it for today. With technical difficulties and shit.
Yep. You got 2 videos for the price of 1, Internet.
There you go. So real quick, we'll do a couple blasts for advertising ourselves here. ThePlasticEmpire.com. That's our website. You get the podcast there. You can get the feed there. Random other stuff. You catch us on Facebook, Facebook.com /ThePlasticEmpire. On Skype. Now, if you want to kind of be involved in the show and chat live with us while we're on the show, maybe get your ideas heard while we're talking, you add us at TPE@ThePlasticEmpire.com. Instagram, ThePlasticEmpire, one word, no spaces. You tag us there, TPE Podcast. Hashtag us and tag us with an @ and a hashtag, and your collection, customs, anything you're working on, anything that has to do with toys, comics, video games, send it over to us on Instagram. We might share it on the podcast. Twitter _Plastic Empire _ and our email, obviously, tpe@theplasticempire.com. Don't forget Far Side Custom Convention this coming weekend, the 26th. We will be there live broadcasting, Wi-Fi permitting. Awesome door prize, Cobra Mortals, 2 per hour, starting at 2 p.m.
Oh, and I'm sorry to
total.
interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt, but also they're gonna be giveaways from Marauder.
Yep.
Okay,
The
they're gonna be.
Marauder
There's
giveaway.
gonna be a lot of. There's a lot of sponsorship here. Toy Divas, Marauder. It's gonna be awesome.
AFI. His tank has blasted it. Thank you, his tank. Then the weekend after that, be sure to catch up with us at NJCC. We'll be there. Tri-State Vipers. We love you guys. Thanks for supporting us and chatting.
Tri-State.
TSV. But that's it. I mean, you guys got anything else just as we're signing off here?
No, I think that's about it. Like, yeah, I will not be there next weekend. Unfortunately, I will try to be on when I can during the day. And other than that, I guess the next regular podcast will probably be 2 weeks after that, which would be the weekend of the.
No, we're gonna go. We're gonna go the weekend after it. We're gonna stay on the
it.
regular schedule.
We're gonna stay on the regular schedule.
Yeah, that'll just be a bonus next week.
Okay, we'll discuss that. Yeah.
Okay, I guess not. So.
Well, I also like to add that I'll mention this again, but Sunday is Easter. Is Easter Sunday, and if you're planning on having an egg hunt, please don't eat the egg when you finally find one 2 months down the road. Please don't. It looks pretty. You want to keep it and put it on your shelf. That's fine, but don't eat it. That's all.
Rotten to the core. All right, so sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. Thanks for checking us out. We had a ton of viewers today. We really appreciate your support. If you could like, share, subscribe to our YouTube, share our website, share our Facebook posts. Shares are better than likes, right? How many more times am I going to say that? That's going to be my slogan on the next T-shirt. That and yeah. If you want a yeah T-shirt or a shares are better than likes T-shirt, hit me up and I'll get one set up for you. It's going to cost you though. These damn things are expensive.
And if there's any topics you guys think that you'd like to hear us discuss, leave a comment anywhere on social media. Ask us, some line that we haven't discussed, or you have a question about something that's coming up, or any kind of question, comment, or anything you'd like to add or share. I'd appreciate it.
Exactly. Hit us up if you're doing anything special, doing your own toy lines, anything like that. You work in the industry and you kind of want to get your name out there and blast. Hey, you never know. We could try to get you on and chat with you about it, give you a little exposure and support you, and hopefully get some support back. And thanks again for checking us out. We will see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.